everybody. Hope you're all ready for another craft. The one that we're doing today is one of a kind, and I'm going to be using some Chalk Couture products to make this project, and I really think you're going to like it. So if this is your first time here, I'm Sandra Fellers, and welcome. If you're returning, thank you so much for joining me again. So I try to do a new video every Sunday, so I hope that you all will come back and watch me again next Sunday. And if you don't catch me live, don't worry, it's always available on replay. So I'm going to do a fun project, and then I will leave links to a lot of the, or I'll leave links to all of the products actually used in this video, just in case you're interested and want to make something like this. So you'll be able to just click and find it right away. So I'm going to turn my camera down right now so that we can get started. I don't want to waste any of your time. Let's just have some fun. Okay, so I have a pan of water here. You probably saw I have my chalk pastes, and then I have this lovely black and white board that we're going to be working with. I have a new transfer with the words one of a kind, and then this beautiful little border, and then I'm going to cut it apart using my transfer trimmers, which are specially coated to not get the sticky on the blades. If you've ever cut tape and things like that with your scissors and your blades get all sticky, that won't happen with these. So that's the special thing about these. So each of these transfers, when they come with multiple pieces, you have a cut line. So we're going to start by cutting there. Let me know in the comments if you've ever used Chalk Couture before. You may have seen some of my videos where I've used them before, or you may not have. But it's a pretty awesome product. So this whiteboard is much like a chalkboard, and we'll be using chalk paste, so you can totally wash this off and put a new design on it when you're ready to switch it out. So very interchangeable product. And these chalkboards and transfers, they're all very high quality. Great products to work with. They're super fun and easy, and they come with lots of great designs to help get your creativity flowing. This is a fuzzing cloth, and so we're going to place our first transfer on the fuzzing cloth and lift it a couple of times to literally get fuzz on the back of our transfer. So I'm going to do that, and what that's going to do is it's going to keep the transfer from being too sticky and being difficult to remove from my board. So it's going to make life a little bit easier when we get ready to lift this transfer. So that should be good. Move that aside. Then we just need to find a location for our transfer. This is a 9x12 board, and I'm just going to try to somewhat center it here and just make sure that the areas that have a screen, which is all of these white spots, it's not a stencil, so it's not a blank spot, there's actually a screen in there. We want to make sure that those areas are stuck down so that we'll get a nice crisp design. So what I thought we would do, instead of trying to individually color each leaf or each flower or whatever, I thought we would use the hot mess technique, and I'm going to be using 3 different colors. And what we'll do is we'll put a little dab of each one in a few places, and then we will mix it all together. Let's see, I'm trying to put it in different spots. There we go. There's some of that one. Let's get some yellow in there. I'm getting low on my yellow. And let's see. Let's get one up here as well. Okay. And then let's get some of this mauve. And you can do this with any colors you like. Trying to get it spread out so that we have some of the colors all over it. Okay, so now that I have globbed the colors all over, I'm going to take my small squeegee and then I'm going to do some back and forth motions to where I'm spreading some of it, and then I'm going and finding another color and spreading it. So you're going to have these variations of color on the board. And it won't be one solid color. Try not to get too crazy, because some of these colors, if you mix them together, you're going to get like a brown or whatever. We don't really want a brown on this floral design necessarily. So I'm just going to keep going around the board, trying to mix all of these colors, spreading them on my transfer. I may have put too much on here, but that's okay because we're going to pull it off here in a second. I'm trying to make sure that all the areas of the screen are covered. And you notice I got off of the transfer a little bit. That's totally fine. We can wash that off in the end. Okay, I think the whole thing is covered. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a paper towel because I don't want to scrape this excess off into my jar, because then it would contaminate my jar and my color. So I'm just going to wipe the excess off on a paper towel. So I'm lifting my squeegee more at a 90-degree angle and scraping all of the excess off, placing it on my towel. Okay, cross your fingers. This comes out the way I imagined it in my head, because it does look like a hot mess right now. But I've done these before and they do turn out pretty cool. And like the words that we're going to put on here, it makes it a one-of-a-kind design, because you're not ever going to get these colors in the exact same spot 2 times in a row. So even if you did this at home using the exact same colors that I did, yours is still going to be different than mine, which is pretty awesome. And one of the reasons that we like to craft is so that we can have one-of-a-kind gifts or even things for ourselves. So now I'm going to gently peel from one side to the other to reveal the first piece of our design, like so. How's that looking so far? So what I'm going to do now is just get like a paper towel. I'm going to pull up the excess here where I got off the transfer, and then I'll probably add a little bit of water to get anything that is still stuck on there. But it looks like it's pretty much coming up without water because it's not dry yet. So I'm being careful not to mess up my design. It might have been a good idea to go ahead and dry it first, but I managed to do it without messing it up. So I have a little bit on my frame and it washes right off. Okay, so we're just going to move that aside. And what do you think so far? See how you have the variegations in the color, how pretty that is? You could do this with any colors that you like. You could do 2 colors, 3 colors, 4 colors, whatever you like. I prefer 2 to 3 colors because when you get too many, it kind of can look messy when you're done rather than an on-purpose variegation. So that's what we have so far. Next, what I'm going to do is I'm going to quickly use my hair dryer to dry it. And the way that you'll know that it's dry is it'll go from a semi-gloss to a matte finish. So give me just a few seconds. Go. All right, so next we need to place our words in the little oval shape here. So we have one of a kind. And just realized I got some chalk on my finger. Okay, so first we want to again fuzz our transfers. Same procedure as before, we're just going to lift a couple of times to get some fuzz on there. And then we're ready to place them in our little oval. So let's see how this looks. Just try to make sure that I have room for both. Like that. Okay, so we have our words stuck down. Now we need to figure out what color do we want to put in the middle. I'm thinking this seafoam is what it's called. Would be perfect. So gonna get another squeegee, load up some seafoam on there, and apply it to our first transfer. And remove the excess. Okay, and once you're done, you want to go ahead and peel it off because you don't want your chalk to start drying in the transfer. So we're going to go ahead and lift this one. We've got our one of a. I got some on the back of here and I was trying not to let it touch, but I can totally wash it off, so it's not a huge deal. And then we're going to do the word kind and scrape off the excess. And when I say scrape, I'm not really pressing down very hard. I'm just gliding it across. Okay, so let's lift this one up. Ta-da! one of a kind. We are creating a one of a kind project here. There we go. Got that cleaned off. Now, what do you guys think? I know the words are backwards for you because I'm in selfie mode on my camera, but isn't that beautiful? Who would have thought? And it's so much easier and faster than trying to chalk every single little piece the exact color that you want them to be. But yet it still turned out beautiful. So it's a hot mess, but it turns out to be a beautiful one-of-a-kind project. So I hope you enjoyed learning the hot mess technique with me today and seeing one of my new transfers, one of a kind. So you could totally do this in any colors, and you could switch out and put something different in the center. So one of the things that I love to do is mix and match my transfers. So for example, I have a transfer that says family. I think that would be really pretty in there. I have one that says love, which would be really pretty in there. There's lots of different things. There's some mom ones, some dad ones, different things like that that you could put in there that would also change it up and make it even more one of a kind. And I just really love the hot mess technique on this floral design. I hope you love it too. So I'll take a picture of it and post a still picture so that you can see it with all the letters going the right direction. But thank you again for joining me. I really do appreciate all of you coming and taking some time out of your day and allowing me to share that with you. So it's been fun. I love doing this, and I hope you do too. Enjoy what's left of your Sunday. You guys have a great one.